For the most part, the news has been pretty stale this week, unless you're interested in New World. And unfortunately, I don't have any good news for you. We're talking about Back for Blood. It's going to be launched relatively soon. In fact, it's coming out on October the 12th. Everything was looking to go plain sailing. Unfortunately, however, they have just announced that they're going to be putting in the Denuvo anti-tamper software, also known as DRM. Digital right management has been a war between gamers and developers for a considerable amount of time. On one hand, you have developers who want to protect their software from just being instantly copied and sent up into the ether of torrenting, and the other, you have a group of individuals who will say that they are going to pay for the game, they just don't want DRM included. And if you're wondering why people don't want DRM included in the titles, it's because of the performance hits. The most recent victim of this was Resident Evil Village, which got hit by performance stutters, especially during cutscene action moments. And ironically, this was picked up because the pirated version of the game, which had Denuvo stripped out, was running better than the version with it in. At its heart, it's not actually Denuvo that's to blame, it's the actual implementation of the software that's being used inside the game. Developers essentially get to choose how often the DRM checks whether or not it's a pirate version or not. And as you can imagine, if you put in a lot of these checks, then you can begin to see an impact on performance like we've been seeing. And there have actually been examples where DRM has been put into a game and people essentially haven't really noticed. One of the more famous ones was Doom Eternal. The game was praised for how well it was running, and people didn't even notice that the fact that it had DRM running under the surface. Now, to be fair to Back for Blood, the game isn't out, so we don't actually know how they've implemented it, so it could go ahead with no problem. So that being said, if there are performance issues, we can't really make up our mind if it is the game or DRM until there's a version out without it in it. And as you can imagine, DRM is often used as a scapegoat if there are any performance issues straight away. Anyway, if you hate DRM and you don't want it in your games, then you can go check out GOG. One of the bragging points is that all its titles don't have DRM. Back for Blood won't be on GOG straight away, I believe, but nonetheless you can check it out and see a whole host of titles that you might enjoy. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. I hope you all have a great day. I'll be back with more riveting news as soon as I can, so stay safe and stay well.